That's right, a cheetah, a feline living in Africa and West Asia. Sometimes called an Indian leopard, many people wonder why these top predators of the savannah, when faced with humans who have no sense of boundaries, show no fear and have no appetite for them. Even when you pet them, they act like oversized house cats seeking affection. This is actually because humans are not within their prey range. Secondly, mutual trust has been fully established. Moreover, cheetahs are among the more emotionally rich felines. In their eyes, humans are strange creatures, neither bullying them like wild dogs, nor stealing their food, making them feel like subordinate leopards. Sometimes, humans even feed them. Compared to jaguars, cheetahs are among the felines with the most stable emotions. Cheetah cubs are also incredibly adorable. With long-term care, they can be as affectionate as house cats and as loyal as dogs in guarding their owners. They are among the most suitable animals to keep as pets. If there's a most fashionable noblewoman among birds, it must be this one. The crowned crane, also known as the East African crane, is a species of small crane living south of the Sahara. It is also the national bird of Uganda. Interestingly, the crowned crane has very distinctive features. They stand about 1 meter tall, but their wingspan can reach 2 meters. Their body feathers are mainly light blue, gray, and other colors. Amusingly, the crowned crane is one of the most aristocratic and artistically inclined cranes. The reason for this is not only their beautiful feathers, but also the punk-like crest on their heads, which looks like a crown. So if you spot one, don't tag your bald friends. I'm afraid they might tag you back. What you don't know is, although the crowned crane looks like a flashy outsider, it is a loyal, monogamous bird. Once paired, they remain devoted for life. Therefore, in many cultures, the crowned crane is seen as a symbol of faithful love and happy marriage. This sneaky-looking creature is actually a black-backed jackal. However, when you hold a black-backed jackal in your hand, they feel very surprised and immediately pretend to be dead. This is actually the jackal expressing its emotions, a way of acting cute toward you. Moreover, black-backed jackals are relatively intelligent canines. They have a dog-like appearance and a cat-like curiosity. During the day, they are full of energy and show great curiosity about everything around them, appearing very lively and active. What you don't know is, black-backed jackals have strong social and emotional dependencies. Once a friendly relationship is established with them, they become extremely affectionate and will consider someone who doesn't harm them and provides food as their leader or master. It's worth noting that, like all canines, black-backed jackals love to dig. So when arranging a place for them, it's best to choose a well-shaded den. Otherwise, they might turn your big sofa into a luxurious villa. When a fennec fox gazes with its charming eyes, you'd better be careful, because the next second it will charm you even more to get your affection and win your love. The fennec fox is a unique species among carnivorous canids. In appearance, fennec foxes have a pair of large ears and long, fluffy light yellow fur, making them look extremely cute. But because they live in extremely arid and hot desert regions, to better survive, their body length is usually around 35 centimeters. They are the smallest fox species in the world. Additionally, fennec foxes, as highly socialized species, will live together in multiple fennec fox families, forming a clan-like group. Interestingly, due to the fennec fox's petite and adorable appearance, it's like a little fox from Zootopia. Fennec Phoenix stepping out of the animation with an equally cute and charming abroad. Many people love to keep them as pets. With long-term care and interaction, their personality becomes very clingy. They even wiggle their bodies constantly, making whimpering sounds to charm their owners. When you make eye contact with a degu, they will perform a special gesture to express their confusion, not understanding why their owner keeps staring at them. The degu also known as the South American rat, is very adorable due to its appearance. It served as the prototype for Miyazaki's Totoro anime. As a result, it earned another cute name, Little Totoro. As a rodent, a rather special type of mammal among rodents, Dedeg's appearance is very interesting, looking fluffy and chubby, very similar to a rabbit. But what you may not know is, Dedegu is not as fat as it appears. When you give it a bath, you will find it really looks like a large rat. It's worth noting that cheetahs are not recommended to be bathed in water due to their dense fur. It's hard to dry, which can easily lead to serious skin diseases and additionally, cheetahs are generally quite clean. Just give them a bowl of dust, and they will clean themselves thoroughly. Although cheetahs look adorable, they are quite timid. When frightened, they might throw poop at you. When water buffalo talk about delicious grass, they suddenly pause like this. Some say this is a Newton phenomenon. Others say it's because the grass they eat is too delicious, thinking they ate crops. In fact, none of these reasons are true. Water buffalo or ruminant animals, after consuming a certain amount of forage, water buffalo will pause. Through muscle contractions, they regurgitate fermented forage from their stomach back to their mouth and chew it again. Additionally, water buffalo have very sharp hearing. When they hear unfamiliar low-frequency sounds, they will immediately stop to observe if there's any danger as a survival strategy. Moreover, domesticated water buffalo are gentle and intelligent, able to understand some simple commands from their owners. As important labor animals, besides working in the fields, they can also pull carts. So, if we ignore their size, water buffalo are the most suitable animals to keep as pets. Water buffalo have strong group and family bonds with long-term care. No matter where you take them, they will always stay by your side. Even if you plan to sell them, they will kneel down to thank you for raising them. This creature waiting for its colleague to serve food is actually a rock rabbit, but we prefer to call it the more adorable name, Big Baby. You heard that right. Its name comes from the sound it makes. The rock rabbit is a type of hoofed mammal, but it has no relation to rabbits. Instead, it is evolutionarily related to animals like elephants and manatees. Interestingly, rock rabbit joeys are extremely like little puppies. Newborn rock rabbit joeys usually weigh between 170 and 240 grams. Very petite, but they can be fully weaned in about 3 months. Abroad, many people love to keep them as pets. The temperament of the rock rabbit is relatively gentle, and its personality is also very lively. Rock rabbits raised from a young age will bond with their owners like other pets. As herbivorous animals, they love some fresh leaves, and the stems and leaves of herbaceous plants as their food source. Watching them eat is a very enjoyable experience. When they get something delicious, the satisfaction of their munching is very stress-relieving. In fact, this is a quokka. Sometimes we also call it a short-tailed wallaby. It is a type of mammal unique to Australia, and also the largest wallaby in the wallaby family. Interestingly, the quokka is one of the few animals that frequently visits human living environments and has a complex social structure. When a complete trust relationship is established with them, they will come to your house every day to check on you. Of course, if you're willing to give them some food, they might even stay with you for a few days, like relatives visiting during the new year. What you may not know is, quokkas only give birth to one joey at a time. Quokka babies are very small, and are usually hidden in their mother's pouch, raised solely by the mother. At the same time, many people abroad love to keep them as pets. They usually enjoy foods high in sugar. With long-term interaction and care, their personality becomes as clingy as pet cats or dogs. Those big, protruding grinning mischievously as they swim toward you are actually a lemon shark, and also one of the fiercest sharks in the ocean. But what you may not know is, despite being known as ferocious in the ocean, this giant creature is often jokingly called an ocean puppy. In fact, the lemon shark has no relation to dogs, but its personality is very friendly toward humans. When they spot divers underwater, They will show off their big white teeth and swim toward you with a cheeky grin, but they don't want to eat you. They just want you to pat their head. The reason lemon sharks like to be petted like dogs is because their senses are primarily concentrated in their head, and the surface of their head is covered with many Lorenzini ampullae when humans touch them with their palms. It stimulates these electromagnetic sensory nerves, making them feel very enjoyable. What's more surprising is, the lemon shark is currently the only shark that some people keep as a pet, but the cost of keeping them is quite high. Sharks need to keep swimming to obtain oxygen from the water, or they will suffocate, so their aquarium needs to be very large. This not-so-smart-looking creature is actually a koala, also known as a koala bear. It is the only surviving species in the koala family, along with Australia's wombat. They share a distant relationship. As native residents of Australia, the koala's appearance is quite interesting. They are covered in thick gray fur and have very large ear flaps, looking like a living plush toad, giving a very honest and gentle impression. Interestingly, the koala's lifestyle is very unique. They spend only 3 hours a day eating, and the rest of the time sleeping. The reason koalas have such good sleep quality is because they love to eat a type of plant called eucalyptus leaves. However, eucalyptus leaves are rich in tannins and phenolic compounds, which are toxic to most mammals. So koalas can only detoxify by sleeping to allow their liver to process the toxin slowly. Newborn joeys have not yet developed this detoxification ability to prevent the babies from being poisoned. Koala joeys can only eat their mothers. The impact of distinguishing filtered toxins This thing that looks like fresh chicken wings is actually a baby hedgehog. We usually like to call it the African pygmy hedgehog. Most people think that hedgehogs are born covered in spines. As mammals that give live birth, a mother can produce 4 to 5 babies per litter. It's hard to understand how they give birth to their babies. In fact, baby hedgehogs are born very smooth, like an uncooked chicken wing, without any spines. It takes some time and nutrient intake for white spines to grow on their bodies. To be precise, within 2 weeks, they will convert nutrients into a hard keratin layer. We can also understand this as the process of human nail growth. Interestingly, the appearance of the African pygmy hedgehog is extremely cute. Their chubby appearance and small size are deeply loved by pet enthusiasts. As omnivorous animals, they usually enjoy some invertebrates and foods high in sugar. With long-term care, they can build a friendly interactive relationship with their owners.